So I'm just arriving back in the woods, and right in front of me, as you can see here, there is a tree that's falling across the path. I thought about driving over it, but this is the main thoroughfare for me getting to and from the small house, so I thought I'd go ahead and stop and cut it up so that I won't have to deal with it again while I'm here. Fortunately, I did have this chainsaw in the truck with me because normally when I come out here, or rather before there was a road out here, sometimes I would forget to bring my chainsaw, and fortunately in those times I happen to come out here when there are no trees that are falling across the road. Other times I've come out here and there have been literally three trees or four that have fallen across the path just like this. A couple of those times, at least one of those times at least, my brother was with me. So we stopped at least two or three times to cut up the trees. And fortunately, I did remember to bring the chainsaw because sometimes I'm in such a hurry to get things out here and get things going to continue building on the house, I forget about those things. So this time, fortunately, I did not. If you guys have been following me, or at least some of you have been following me the last time I came out and I was cutting trees, the chainsaw I had before stopped working. So I cut down a bunch of trees that were pretty large. One almost hit the house, of course. That's a whole nother story. But those trees were on the ground. I was not able to cut them up very much since then because the chainsaw stopped working and it is pretty much terminal. So I won't be getting that chainsaw fixed again. So this chainsaw here, it's new. It's quite a bit bigger and more beefy and more powerful. And if you look at the chainsaw dust that's coming from this saw, you can see that it's just ripping it to pieces. So I am quite happy that it's working as well as it has been or is. I've used this saw one other time before this day when it was new. I took it out and put oil and gas and everything in it to just make sure it was working properly. So I used it to cut down some low hanging limbs at my brother's place, and I am quite happy with this saw. It works exactly like I want it to. It's a 25-inch bar, so I can cut down some larger trees, which is a good thing. I think I probably just taxed the other one a little bit too much because, of course, it doesn't work anymore and it's terminal, so it won't be worth repairing. I'll keep it to maybe try and use some parts off of it if necessary or if possible. But that saw is gone, so this saw is what I'm going to use to finish cutting up the other trees that I cut on previous visits here because they're just laying there. I wanted to keep some of the lumber or some of the wood from the trees to make lumber. I'm not sure how it's been holding up on the ground where all the varmints and everything can get into it and cause all kinds of trouble. Normally, it doesn't lay on the ground too much or for too long because things start messing with it and it just basically starts to rot away because things get in it, worms, beetles, and all that kind of good stuff. So we'll just have to see how that goes. If possible, I will cut a bit more of it on this visit and see what I can save. The pieces I can save, I'll try and get it up off the ground, maybe treat it or something so that it doesn't rot anymore if it has been rotting. But that's something that I'll have to see as soon as I get down the road to get working on the house because there are a lot of things I have to do on this trip, but I don't know exactly how much I'm going to record because some of them I know are going to be these small, tedious things that may be not worth recording, but we'll see. We'll just kind of see how it goes. But right now, I'm in the midst of clearing this area here so that I can have clear passage back and forth, and I'm not bothered by having to drive over trees. And this tree is small, but it's not too small. So I'd rather just have it out of the way as opposed to trying to run it over with my truck. So that's what's happening here. Looks like I'm going to have to do one last cut to get this piece further out of the road because I'd rather just have it all the way over as opposed to having it that close to the path so that I don't drive by it and accidentally nick my tires on it and cause myself a flat. So that's where we are right now, so that once this is done, I'll just go ahead and continue down this path and get everything out to the house, get it all set up, and continue working and see how far I can get. Of course, each time I come here, I do get further. I'm not sure if I always get to do as much as I want or get as far as I want, but that's not a major ordeal, especially since I'm not having to live in this house right now. It's not necessary that I get it finished right away, but it is getting to be a little bit of a long drawn out thing, but it's okay because I'm having a great time out here in the woods by myself, doing what I need to do, waking up when I want to wake up and doing what I want for as long as I want and not having anyone to answer to or to talk to that much. So it's a good thing. So that is pretty much the end of this video. So the next video, I guess, will be me getting the house in order and getting solar and everything set up. So I'll see you on that video.